Hi, welcome back to my channel, you guys. I'm super excited about today's coaching video because today I'm going to be talking about how to become unbreakable. Let that sink in for a minute. How to become unbreakable. So how much better would your life be if you were unbreakable? If you knew that no matter what happened, that you would survive and persevere, and that maybe you even come out a little bit better. See, we can't escape pain, difficulty, failure, tragedy, and headaches. Sooner or later, it will find us. It will find me. It will find you. Despite our best efforts to protect ourselves, instead of trying to bob and weave what life throws at us, I'd like to have the comfort of knowing that I can take life's best shot and be able to get back up and keep moving forward. And I've had to learn that over the years. So that's really what having empowerment is all about. Having the kind of personal fortitude and resilience is a game changer. Having that kind of personal fortitude and resilience is a game changer. Instead of being dogged by fear and uncertainty, you will have inner peace and confidence that you can survive, that you will survive, that you must survive. So the American Psychological Association, the APA, focused their research on resilience after the tragic events of 9/11. Resilience, according to the APA, is the ability to adapt well in the face of adversity, trauma, tragedy, threats, and from sources of stress such as work pressures, health, family, or relationship problems. They found that a resilient person is not only able to handle the crisis of the moment more effectively, but that they are also able to recover and get back on their feet more quickly. According to the APA, you can create more personal resilience with these 10 tips. So let's jump right on in. Number one, make connections. Personal resilience doesn't mean it's all up to you. Having good relationships with close family members, friends, or others is critical. Did y'all hear what I said? Having close relationships with close family members, friends, or others is critical to resilience and well-being. When tragedy strikes, the worst thing you can do is avoid friends and loved ones. Start cultivating your friendships today so when you need support, you have a whole network of people to help. Let me say this. I understand that when tragedy happens, we want to just retreat inside of ourselves and we don't want to be bothered, and I got that. I got that because I probably would feel the same way. But I want to say this. It's okay to be that way for a day, maybe even a day or two. But after that, you're going to have to come out and you're going to have to talk to somebody. Because I think the longer you stay inside yourself, the more you're going to drive yourself crazy. So don't do that. I know in those times you don't want to be bothered, but you have to have that one person that you can talk to about your situation. Number two, avoid seeing crisis as insurmountable problems. Don't fall into the trap of all or nothing, thinking which says that everything is either perfect or it's terrible. There are always shades of gray. Focus less on the past and more on the future that you want. So you have to stop thinking about what happened in the past. Focus on what it is that you want to see going forward. Also, look for expectations. In solution-focused therapy, expectations are those times, when the problem is gone or at least not as bad. Are there times in the current crisis and your problems that you don't feel so insurmountable? So you've got to find that gray area. Now, I'm not one that lives in the land of gray areas. Let me just be honest with you. But in this case, there are gray areas. See, it's neither good nor bad. Sometimes it's just right in between. So you got to just kind of focus on that and by all means, stop focusing on what happened. This is why a lot of times people can't move on to better relationships because they keep focusing on what happened in the past. They focus on the person that hurt them. Honey, that person's gone out of your life. Let them be. Focus on the future. Focus on that man or that woman that you've prayed about. Focus on, now that you have them in your life, creating this perfect world. That perfect is relative. Understand that perfect is relative, but this perfect world that you've created with that individual. Stop focusing on the past. Number three, accept that change is a part of living. Change is a part of living. That's just like all of us. No matter what age you are right now, you've experienced change because at one time you were a year old. Well, let me backtrack. One time you were just coming into this world. Then you turned a year old. Before you knew it, you were 5, and then you were 10, and then you were 15. You turned 20. You turned 21. Now you can legally drink. And then you turned 25. Before you knew it, you were at 30's doorstep. And then you became 35, and then you turned 40. You thought, whoa, wait a minute now. And then you turn 45, and some of you all are 50. Not there yet, but some of you all have turned 50. Some are 55, 60, and so forth and so on. So change is a part of living. We didn't come here as newborns, and we're still newborns. We have all changed over the years. So know that whatever you're going through, others have experienced before you. You are not alone. Change in whatever form is a natural part of life. Didn't I just say that? You have changed age-wise. Some of us, and I said not me, but let me say this. Some of us had more hair back in the day than we have now. I am choosing now to wear my hair short. I have always had somewhat shoulder length hair. My hair was never thick. My sister got the thick hair. My daughter has thick hair. But my hair was kind of on the thin side, but it had a nice length. So I can pull it up in a ponytail. I can pull it up and do a roller set and have my little curls just hanging all down. But I'm deciding now that I want to wear my hair shorter because I like it. And I think it just brings out my inner beauty more. I'm just messing with y'all, but I do like it. So I said all that to say that change happens. Wherever you are right now, you weren't always there. Some people were in great places back then, but change has happened, so they're not in such great places right now. So accept that change is a part of living. Number 4, move toward your goals. When the present is difficult, focus on a better future. What do you want your life to be? And I really need you guys to think about that. What do you want your life to be? Have you really thought about that? What goals do you have that you can start moving towards? So you have to have goals, and it pains me to no end when I talk to people, they tell me they have no goals. It's like, okay, well what are you, just winging it? Because I'm not winging it. I have goals. I set goals for myself. I set quarterly goals. There's some goals I set that are monthly. I have goals when I go to the gym. My goal at the end of the month is to have X number of days that I went and worked out. I have goals of getting in my 8 glasses, the minimum of 8 glasses of water a day. I make it sometimes and sometimes I don't. But I have goals. You have to have goals of some kind. Some people say, no, you don't. You can just wing it. Well, honey, you wing it all you want to. But I'm not winging it. I choose not to do that. Some things I can wing it with. But when it comes down to my goals, no. I need to know what they are. Because in that way, I know what I'm working towards. Number 5, take decisive actions. Take decisive actions. Avoid checking out by taking whatever control you have. Avoid checking out by taking whatever control you have over your situation and doing something, no matter how big or how small it is, about it. Do something about it. Don't let life just dump in your lap and you go, oh, well, woe is me. I'll just brush it off and keep going. No, do something about it. Do something about the things that you can do something about. There are some things that we can't do anything about. Getting older. We can't do anything about that. And trust me, you don't want to, because the goal is to get older. But you can't stop that. You can't do anything about getting old and having some things break down on you. We just have no control of that. Okay? And so the things that you do have control over, fix those things. It doesn't matter if it's a small thing or a large thing. Just fix it. Number 6, look for opportunities for self-discovery. One of my favorite sayings is, sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. Tragedy and pain can be an opportunity to reevaluate your life, where you've been and where you want to go. So ask yourself the tough questions and look for ways to grow. I keep trying to tell people, whenever you experience pain and adversity in your life, honey, use it to your advantage. Don't sit there soaking, oh, woe is me, that man left, that woman left. Yes, it hurts. I'm not making light of that. It does hurt. Been down that road. But there's an opportunity for self-discovery. I was able to do that. I told y'all the story about me being dumped not once, but twice by the same man. But guess what? It allowed me to discover some things about Michelle that I didn't realize before. So take pain, take tragedy, and learn from it. Number 7, nurture a positive view of yourself. Be careful how you talk to yourself. I'm going to say that again, and I'm going to say that one more again, because somebody needs to hear that. Be careful how you talk to yourself. Be very careful of what comes out of your mouth and what you think about yourself. Don't accept blame when it isn't warranted. Focus on your strengths and abilities to get you through. Number 8, keep things in perspective. When something bad happens, it can color all aspects of your life. Your job is to put it into perspective. Don't let one bad event taint your view of the other areas in your life, okay? Number 9, maintain a hopeful outlook. Always do this, you guys. While easier said than done, and I know it is, just watch how you explain or think about your situation. As an ancient Greek philosopher said, people are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them. When possible, take the more positive and optimistic view. Number 10, take care of yourself. I wanted to say this for last. I probably should have made it first, but take care of yourself. Do what you can to sleep well and to eat well. Try to get some exercise in and do things that you enjoy. If you feel like nothing is enjoyable, do things that make you feel less horrible. In short, be nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself no matter what has happened. Being unbreakable doesn't mean that you can't cry or that you don't need or you need to act tough or mask your feelings by putting on a happy face. Being unbreakable means that you give yourself the freedom to break, knowing you have the tools to put yourself back together again. That's deep, y'all. That is deep. Let me do a quick recap and I promise I'll let you be. So today I gave you 10 tips for becoming more unbreakable. Because some people just fall apart at every little thing and they get down and they stay down. And I need you to stop doing that. So number 1, we said make connections. You need to make connections with close friends, family members, co-workers, whoever. But again, y'all know my rule. Be careful what you share with people and who you share it with, because every person has an ear to hear. Guess what? Has a mouth to run. And people will, so you need to be very careful about who you tell your stuff to. Number 2, avoid seeing crisis as insurmountable problems. There are shades of gray. It's not going to always be good and it's not going to always be bad. Number 3, accept that change is a part of living. If you want to keep on living, you will have change, and you can't get past that. Embrace it. Number 4, move towards your goals. Again, you have to have goals, assuming you have them already, but if you don't, write down your goals. Number 5, take decisive actions. No matter how big or how small, you've got to take action. Number 6, look for opportunities for self-discovery. No matter what happens, good, bad, or indifferent, always look for ways to discover things about you that you didn't know. Because no matter how old you are, there are some things about you that you discover as life goes on. Number 7, nurture a positive view of yourself. Be careful what you say to yourself. Be careful what you think about yourself. Because those things, you speak, you become what you speak. So be careful about doing that. Number 8, keep things in perspective. Don't let one bad event taint your view of the other areas of your life. Honey, it is not the end of the world. I can promise you that. Number 9, maintain a hopeful outlook. No matter what it looks like, I always say, but you know what? God's going to step in and fix that thing, and it's going to work out in the end. And number 10, take care of yourself. You need to make sure you're eating well, sleeping well, get your exercise in. You've got to take care of you, okay? And I love this part that I shared with you, where it says being unbreakable doesn't mean that you can't cry or that you need to act tough or mask your feelings by putting on a happy face when you don't really feel like it. Being unbreakable means that you give yourself the freedom to break down, knowing that you have the tools to put yourself back together again. Y'all, that's deep. That is deep right there, and that's going to carry me through the week. I don't know about you. It's all right to break down, because guess what? You have the tools that you need to put yourself back together. Isn't that a wonderful thought? Isn't that just a wonderful feeling? It's all right to have that cry. Go and have that good cry. But after you get finished crying, you dust yourself off, fix your face, and get yourself back together, and don't you cry again over that thing. I don't care what it is. And I know we don't say I don't care, because y'all know I do care. But it doesn't matter what it is. or who it is, go and have your good cry. Go ahead and break. But then use the tools that you have to put yourself back together again. That's all I have, you guys. I want to say thank you so much to my newest subscribers. Thank you so much to those of you that continue to support me in all that I do. I love you guys to the moon and back, and y'all know it's nothing you can do about it. So don't even try it. Don't even try it, because I'm going to love you anyhow. I'm going to love you when you're being unlovable. I'm going to love you when nobody else loves you. I'm going to love you in spite of you, because that's the kind of heart that I have for the people of God that I love so much. Till next time, take care.